Revival Tea Company is really leading the craft tea revival in the United States. Coming from a whiskey background where we've seen this third wave of coffee and beer and whiskey, tea's really been stuck in a super stagnant place. There's only 233 tea manufacturers in the United States versus 3,000 coffee roasters. So really we saw a market that was just primed for disruption. Spent 10 years in corporate America really figuring out what that next venture would be. We were about to open a craft distillery, actually spent years of research traveling back and forth to Ireland and doing R&D. And we were actually in Dublin when we had a light bulb moment. We were 6 months away from actually green lighting that whiskey project. And I said to my wife, what if we did tea? What if we took a lot of the whiskey vibes? What if we took a lot of the branding, the imagery, and made people like me proud to be tea drinkers? That's really how we shifted from whiskey to tea. And since we entered the tea world in 2018, we've really had a lot of fun just creating a new era of tea. We did a Kickstarter with great success. First thing we looked at was quality. That's something for me that as a consumer is extremely important. And it's something that for us as a company, we couldn't envision it any other way. We started doing farmers markets. From those farmers markets, people said, we wish we had somewhere to go. We wish we had a place to enjoy your tea, which is what led to us opening our first tasting room. Spent 9 months restoring an old speakeasy space back to its own glory, and we ended up opening it Valentine's Day weekend of 2020. We were one of the very first places in the US that was really a tea tasting room, not a tea house, a place that was all about tea and a place that could become that third place for tea drinkers. To me, the first thing that means is creating a welcoming environment, and we want to greet that customer the same way like the first customer that walked into our grand opening. The first 30 days, we had over 4,000 people come through our front doors. A lot of tea rooms have become more about the food, more about the pastries, more about the sandwiches than about the tea. So we wanted it to be all about the tea on day one. There's no better way to actually introduce someone to the brand than to have a chance to host them inside of one of our tasting rooms. We have 3 tasting rooms right now, 2 in our hometown of Spokane, Washington, and 1 right across the state line over in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. As we expand the brand coast to coast, our next step really is opening our 4th tasting room in a warm climate region. In the next 2 years, we want to do this while staying as lean and as nimble as possible. We saw Dutch Bros have a lot of success of becoming a nationwide brand, getting to 250 locations with just 6 employees before hitting their IPO, where they actually took a lot of those stores back as corporate stores. And so for us, moving to that franchise model, but very strategically, we are not just looking to sell Revival franchises to anyone who wants to buy one. We're looking to work with people who are boots on the ground, who are just as passionate about the product and about the brand as we are, to allow us to scale this, to allow us to have 50 tasting rooms over the next 10 years and not continue to go into debt, to not continue to go out there and have to raise more capital or do a bunch of fundraising rounds. How do we do that as lean as possible? It's, for us, the franchise model is how we take the brick and mortar side of our business coast to coast. When we started Revival Tea, we sought out to do one thing, which was to change the tea world forever, for the better. We know we wouldn't be where we are at today without our customers, whether it be coming out with new blends or with our packaging or our website, maybe the way we do things inside of a tasting room in our brick and mortar locations. It's really important that as we continue to evolve as a company, that our customers have a voice as part of that growth. Over the past 6 years, as we've grown into the fastest growing tea company in the entire country, we really have one person to thank, and that's you. Our customers who have supported us every step of the way. And what we've heard recently is, how do I become more involved? Is there an opportunity to invest? How can I be a part of what I know you're accomplishing? As we grow this company coast to coast and really lead the charge in this new era of tea, we want to invite you to join the revival.